truly believe in the Thai aim. We've seen it happen throughout so many teams, and this includes GC as well as Tier 1. I'm very fun to see, but the thing is, I'm very excited to see what the Filipino team has to offer as well. I mean, the only time we've seen Filipinos play truly is going to be Team Secret, right? So more representation for the Filipinos are definitely very welcome from me as well.
I was about to say something and I realized it wasn't announced yet. Okay, we're good.
What's the announcement?
No leaks here.
No leaks I know here. What you're talking. Okay, you know what? Shh, we keep quiet.
Shh, no leaks, guys.
No leaks.
It's time to get outside. One thing I want to point out, as we see Full Sense put pressure on A, Zin is going to be on the duelist, but it's Jet for ZOL. He's the one in the front line.
Already inside, John Olsen. Dangerous game, but still gets one even through that flash. Zin, 2 heads knocked, but Full Sense quick to just recover. Now, still 3-on-2. Silence all around. The plant will come through as well, so they're preparing for that post plant.
Planted.
But from Haven, both teams coming up here from ZOL Meraki. It's gonna be hard trying to pinpoint the positioning of all these players. They know there's gonna be someone in Hell. You can see those wall banks toward Hell side already. But I'm loving the fact that they have all angles covered here.
Yeah. Down the Hell, double stack. There's the drop here, Tash. And
oh my god, Sushi Boys!
Let you live, but that does not
That's so clean.
It's so fast that this is the concern here for ZOL now. If Full Sense puts pressure early on, they're gonna need some big-time players to step on up. Zin actually held that dice position for quite a while, but as soon as that happened, where was the rest of ZOL? They had no real pressure from any of the fronts, and Full Sense able to step up and step in position by then.
Yeah, I'm loving the fact that for Full Sense, regardless, I mean, at one moment, right, you can see that flash, like paranoia hitting John Olsen, and I think, you know, it comes back to fundamentals, right? Like, in doubt, just press M5. And that's what happened for him.
It's just so fast, and it's interesting to see now what Potter and the rest can do here. John Olsen actually lurking all the way by B main. And it's something that our fellow co-casters was mentioning recently. Now that John Olsen can pick his battles, play the lurk, find these 1v1s, what else can Full Sense bring to the front? And immediately Potter with a clear gets 2, even the 3rd as they get A.
Beautiful. You see how he reacted off that recon, and this is what I liked seeing so much from Full Sense, that information and how they immediately react to it. And now for ZOL, there's only 2 players left. Against 4, it's a hard ask, but if they can take another 2 more guns away, it'll be perfect for them for the next round.
Yeah, it could be damage, but Full Sense, they're already watching after Rafters. Wallbang attempts there, sure. For Full Sense, though, is holding together here, Tash. It's very convincing for Full Sense so far. Any concerns of discipline? They were gone by the matchup versus 1-3 here against ZOL early on. It's looking clean too, and timers just sticking on away. Jazz is playing a game of chicken. Eventually, Full Sense, they'll get their second round here.
Valiant effort, I have to say, but we're starting to see a pattern, right, on how Full Sense executes. It's very aggressive, very quick, and what they do is just complete control of the site, which gives them so much space and leaves the rest of the members of ZOL Meraki running for that rotation. Unfortunately, it's not fast enough, and because of that, they have that nice little window of opportunity to prepare for that post plant. It is so suffocating to the members of ZOL Meraki. Sorry, ZOL, excuse me.
It's okay, I know you like the female team better.
GC team,
the
man.
GC squad, never forget. But ZOL Esports, they bring out the operator, and this is an interesting ask for Zin early on. If you know a Neon's gonna barrel down on you, you miss that shot, you can get punished. Not only that, Tosh, Patman early on willing to fight. He's been playing duelist against 1-3. Now he's the one on the Omen, and ZOL draws first blood.
All eyes for Zin coming to a catwalk. A flash as well, but he's the one that comes up top in this fight. Moves out the way, a lot of pressure, and he'll be sprayed through those smokes. Just give it to Potter, just put in the speed, and now full control of the site. They can completely choke the players, but Jay playing this corner to perfection. Good for 2 with Kevzy. And now, with the only final member, John Olsen all alone. Yes, he's pulled miracles before, but against a 4, might be a bit hard.
Yeah, and not only that, with top mid taken here by Patman, a backstab so possible. John Olsen, though, watching for it. You gotta wonder for Full Sense, the execute towards Raptor. Sure, you can make the push, but now the spike, it's in the hands of ZOL.
A high-low setup already. He plays the corner, but Kakarot finds him. There we go. Round win. ZOL put 1 point on the board.
Yeah, and they saved the operator, which is such a big deal down the line. Now Full Sense, they're gonna get by, sure, they're aware of the operator, but you can see the difference between ZOL and Full Sense. With the Full Sense staff, That's where the Neon's gonna play the execute, right? Make that space happen. But if ZOL can play towards either A main or B main, that can be left behind by Full Sense, and that's what we saw Patman do in that last round.
Yeah, I love the fact that Patman is taking initiative to go for that first contact and get out the way. And he did for quite some time. And he's not stopping that speed, at least for Potter. Fast lane up, a shot to the corner. He dodges all of the Yuto. He tanks. Potential amount of damage, nearly finds someone's head. But now he pushes, goes for one. And Zin forced to break the door. On site already, his teammates following through. A bit late, but all eyes know where exactly the teams are coming onto the site itself.
Planted.
Yeah, ZOL does try to play the retake from the market position, but that operator too close that.
No way.
Then he takes the shot, but John Olsen so huge!
What is going on?
Masterful. John Olsen, he sets it up, he knocks things down, and that's what you should be fearful of here,
my
Tash. Whenever the Cypher is missing in action, he's gonna be so precise, and you see it here. A must-win for Zin. If not, John Olsen takes control.
Incredibly surgical, the way that he just swung out so wide, knowing that Zin had already marked him. These quick decision-making, it's very tiny. But these are the kind of small things that can really propel your team to victory.
Yeah, and ZOL's now forced to play the eco again. Kevzi, the only one on the Bulldog. They do try to play over onto the spawn, but Full Sense is such a responsible team in these scenarios. Now that they have the gun advantage, they're willing to play the default, expecting Patman to peek out over at the main here.
Oh. Runs away with his life. A one-way setup as well. Full Sense, good read.
Yeah, and Full Sense for now, this is one thing we haven't seen them actually play off from. John Olsen playing towards B main, making that space. Now together, they can come as 5 onto the site. But the Bladestorm from Zin, that can be a threat here.
Your fault.
Oh, it is a threat. And it finds the Lord's head incredibly quickly. Full control of mid area as well onto Pizza. But all eyes are on B main. And ZOL, they know. Look at the amount of utility on there. That's going to be quickly disabled by the null command. Potter, not afraid to take up space, rushes through, immediately pops Kevzi hits, and here comes the overdrive onto the side itself. Already in the backside boathouse, needs to be careful, doesn't have to worry about it. John Olsen just sharper. Now Leviathan on stairs, knows where the other two are. Playing together here. Need a 1, 2, 3 swing. 1 toward mid area. Paranoia as well moves out the way. Undeterred. Solo Zind unfound until Leviathan pops him. And so does Patman. Now for Patman. Play this corner. Can't survive much longer. Wall bangs all around.
Shadows
It's 2-on-1. Kakarot. Have to cross through the smoke. But with the crossfire set up by Full Sense, kind of hard to do that.
Yeah, it's such an active post plant here for Full Sense. Great job by ZOL to do some damage. But you notice here, Tash, 2 times now we went to that B site, and there's always someone posted up, either by B main or over onto the corner, there by the staircase by Market. A good slide also from Potter, caused that chaos early on into Market, keeps ZOL guessing, and allows players like Leviathan to get in position to have that extra angle.
Aww. At God, when will that be me?
Man, I don't think Soup's a dating site here, Tash. Don't worry about it.
My bad. Suppression onto Ja as the rest of ZOL already kind of like rotating over. Can see the Omen, or rather Patman, already kind of hovering in between this onto Catwalk itself. But Leviathan, his eyes are on there. So they set up those smokes, but still, it's gonna be somewhat of a default forward, especially after that. But Potter, oh,
Spikes down.
It finds 1 and
Spike
2,
down, B.
good enough. As Potter pops his head back.
Yeah, Potter peeks out, but effectively
know
just his own teammate in that scenario. Not too fast in replying. At least it's gonna be a neural theft now for John also to get that intel. In Full Sense, trying to take a page out of ZOL playbook. They are the ones that are playing into mid. Alert has actually infiltrated well into the CT side, but he needs to watch towards Market. Kakarot, the first victim there, Tash. And then he falls too.
It's perfect! How he adjusts those micro angles, knowing there's 2 people there. A high-low setup means nothing when your players are not on the same page. John Olsen, he hears the footsteps here. Kevzi caught off guard, but he wins it in the end. John Olsen unfortunately whiffs. As Alert and Leviathan forced to hold down the fort here. And Alert not afraid to take up space onto stairs. Paranoia
there.
misses him.
Last player
Here's the footsteps, goes for the
One
backside, but
enemy
Kevzi is the one to come up on top.
What was that round? They were all relying on spray transfers to get the job done. Just like, okay, I'm gonna peek out. There's 2 people in front of me. Let me try to kill them both. But ZOL, in the end, they weathered that storm. It got perilous, Sash, when we did see them effectively die at market. But Kevzi's recovery allows them back. Full sense, not a bad idea to go back towards that B side. But ZOL just started winning the fights from that point on.
Lights down.
Kevzi is insane. You saw how quickly he reacted whenever, you know, he hears, you know, anything happening. He turned so quickly as Alert was swinging out of that. He turned so quickly when John Olsen accidentally whiffs. It was, I don't know, man. It will take me, at least, not me, but anyone else, I think it'll be a lot longer to react. But him, insane.
What do you mean, Tash? I thought you were Rage at rank.
Shh, don't expose me, man.
Come on. Like, yes, see the #1 leaderboard? If
Yeah,
you
it's
scroll
Dokja right now.
Yeah,
The
if you
Aussie
scroll one,
neon.
Yo, if you scroll one more page up, Tash Bunny shows up. I'm telling you.
That's the secret boss.
Yes. Look, aim and push.
Kevzi is ready for this. Fast lane, same setup all around from Potter. He clears completely entire of the site. Bucky in hand. And honestly, let's be real here. We're seeing a lot of these sort of plays, right? Ever since Dambi picked up that Neon. And now here comes the lockdown. Kakarot will be moving out of the way. Finds John Olsen. It's perfect. And now, you can hear the Hunter's Fury popped as well. Finds no one. The suppression a bit much. But Potter wants to play a little bit more close. Breaks the door, but will be caught. That's a little bit too aggressive for comfort. Headshots all around here. Sushi Boy's gonna find Patman in the end. Crossfire's done. It's all about just maintaining their control on that side itself. Ja and Sushi Boys, they trade blows. One of them does go down. Kevzi knows there's one inside one, but where is the other?
One
Sushi
enemy
Boys
remaining.
solo. Kakarot wins it. Leviathan, what can you do? Another half of fake TP
remaining.
forward. He stops the
No way.
defuse. One
No
more shot.
way.
Leviathan, how are you doing this?
Absolutely nasty there for Leviathan. They get the 5th round because of that one, Tash. And it all started with Full Sense getting the space just because ZOL gave them the site itself. It was ambitious when we saw the Neon try to bust through the door. Maybe a little too late, but Leviathan, he has been a prodigy here for Full Sense. There's a reason why he joined the roster months before, and right now you can see the results. That was just nutty from them. Also give a shout out to Sushi Boys in that round, finding the kills, preventing ZOL from fully sticking it early on.
They have so much stall and control. They knew how to play that to a T. Low HP, it doesn't matter.
It's been a game of sheriffs throughout the tournament so far, Tash. We've seen too many ecos already over the past few days, and I never count out any player if they have that sheriff in their hands. Full Sense though, now they have the advantage here, and they're putting a pressure to a short.
Sushi Boy's sharp as ever. A lot of damage onto Kevzi as well. And he's so quick to move out the way. Unfortunately, Tree, they have to give up control on that. But Potter has other things in mind. John Olsen will find Zind.
Gotta go.
Marking the area here, swings forward, surprisingly still alive, 69 HP left. A flash forward, Kakarot sharp as he swings out. Very messy. And Potter is gonna move out of the way and straight beeline it to Tree, where they will be found out by the alarm bot. Pops the nano just to buy a little bit more space, but Potter gonna go down. Jai's here with the Hunter's Fury, sharp. Denying that space. They knew exactly
30
what they
seconds
were
left.
doing when they gave up that spot.
Yeah, Full Sense is confounded right now. They thought they had a clear sight towards A, but suddenly Kevzi gets the pick there onto Alert, keeps them now contained towards the tree area, and as soon as there was contact, a response from Jet was the Hunter's Fury. Sure, ZOL, they're gonna give up this B side, but look at how many corpses are there on the other
10
side of the map
seconds
here, Tash.
left.
They can pick up some guns and put themselves in a fighting chance here.
Spike
Too
planted.
close for comfort. 8 HP on John Olsen. By Sushi Boys that has a little bit more extra life to work with as well. So potentially he could bait for his teammate if he wants to and allow John Olsen's sharpshooting to really shine. Coming in from market, making the noise, hoping that no one spots out Ja.
One enemy remaining.
Spots one out.
Last
Oh
player
my
standing.
god. This is the power of friendship and that is teamwork. Full Sense. Beautifully done.
Yeah, the trade was immediate there for Full Sense, and overall a good recovery to the round. It got very dicey there for Full Sense. They couldn't decide which side to go on. They played a default. They left the spike there by John Olsen. But this is the big pick. After the push from ZOL towards mid, it was Kevzik taking command of A main. And exactly what I was talking about, Tash. ZOL has doing one thing right in this game, even though they're lacking in the points. They're trying to play for main control as much as they can. But Full Sense, they're hitting these good shots, and their post-plant success has been very fruitful. Once they get in position towards that B site, their crossfires, their setups are always on point.
I love the fact that ZOL is willing to stand up to the challenge, right? They know that how Full Sense plays together, John Olsen plays alone, the rest of the team either goes from B main or A main. That's been like kind of like the, I would say, the running theme here for the team. But the fact of the matter is, it's not really John Olsen's impact toward mid area or a different site that's been, you know, toward the lurks or just stopping people. It's just that firepower and space that Potter has been able to take, and his teammates just quickly following through. It's scary, it's oppressive, especially on that Neon.
Yeah, it's such a new look really for Full Sense. Everyone's wondering what happens now to Full Sense if John Olsen isn't playing the duelist. The answer, you got a young gun in so you have a system from Sersha, and Potter and Alert have been key factors of Full Sense's success so far. Will it continue on though against tougher competition? We're gonna find out if Full Sense can go all the way. Right now though, 6 rounds already on the attacking side, a good sign for the Thai squad.
There's a reason why Full Sense chose this map. They knew already what they wanted to cook on attack side. Now, for a lot of teams that we've seen, especially toward the VCT season, for a Sense, it's all been about just really map control, being able to play aggressive and just quickly wrangling that area of mid or the main site away from the enemies on attack.
Well, this is a bit more passive as well, actually. They double stack there towards B main. You already see Kakarot also in position, giving up mid. And if Full Sense does barrel down this way, this is probably for Patman! He's good for the one, but not enough for the second.
Still, damage done. But Zin knows there's still going to be more there. Alert and Jay will be trading blows. They know there's still one more, and from the shadows will be popped. On the side already, Alert quick to find Zind. What? Shots are coming through, both teams incredibly sharp. Leviathan, you're gotta give it to Full Sense. Despite the low HPs, they're willing to swing. And they go for these wall bangs. Kakarot goes down, but KevZ quick to answer. And KevZ will be that player that you've seen go for multi-frags. You've seen just to really quickly react to all these things. Marking downstairs, but does he know that's one close to it logs? Gonna be intrigue with that turret, but Sushi Boys with the advantage.
It just doesn't matter. Once you go down to the 2v1, Full Sense would immediately set up that crossfire. In case in point, another good success. ZOL, they have the right idea to play for main. You get success for Patman, sure, but it's such a 50-50. Coming into the B main side, Zin stayed maybe a little too long there fighting for his life. Sure, he felt trapped because Leviathan played from the shadows over onto the boathouse. But if ZOL is so willing to fight that and Full Sense still wins the battles anyway, then what else can ZOL do on this defense?
Turret out.
It's looking good for Full Sense though. 3 ultimates already up there. We have Overdrive, we have Neural Theft, and also the Null Command. Not only these ultimates would be massive, just really suppress ZOL, but ZOL, especially Zind, incredibly sharp.
If there's any guy you have to watch out for when he's playing the Sheriff that close, it will be Zin. Al Jones sent out here by Full Sense. This time around, ZOL will be backing away, but the gun advantage is clear. Hitash and Full Sense looking confident to make this push happen.
There's the knife. Push back. Flash as well, waits it out. They quickly get to the side, but a lot of space taken away already. But you can see Potter doing Potter things. Runs up, gets 2. Sushi Boys finds one more before him. John Olsen, full control toward mid area, trying to pull some eyes away. KevZ, that shot incredibly nasty. Moves out the way, but John Olsen should quickly clear him out. Finding no one in the middle of the rotation. Patman, what are you going to do with only a Sheriff in hand and 4 gun barrels pointing at you?
Yeah, John Olsen, a quick little jump peek. He's trying to go with Patman, but already the round here showing the mastery of Full Sense utility. Tash, that was just Jet victimizing the Cubby. And while Patman fights for his life, he's good for 1, but that's all he'll get. And then an 8-2 half already for Full Sense. There's still more to go on. But you can see the teamwork for Full Sense on point. The utility dump has been so pristine. And they know exactly how to set up Potter so well to assess his first target and move on from there.
Remaining.
And they didn't really burn through too much of their ults as well. And I love how they've been playing off each other. Yeah, it's okay. It's okay for us to just really wait it out. It's okay for us to just let the fast lane go through because that fast lane there, ZOL has no clue if they're already inside the site or not.
Just so we get the intel too. And on the other hand, Sushi Boy so on point.
He still wins that. What?
Nasty work. Just trying to play the anti-flash early on. It's a 2-for-2 though after everything is said and done. And Full Sense can still force the issue if they choose to. Just the only one staying on that A site here.
Incredible by Zind. I am really liking what I'm seeing from him. And I wish I would have seen him toward the regular season of Challengers Philippines. But for now, Kakarot with the 0 point toward mid area finds no one. So it does give some semblance of idea that it's going to be a rush toward A site. So you have already waiting on Heaven, forced to move out the way, and I think it's gonna be a retake try. And regardless of all that commotion, it's still 3-on-3. Shock darts, both sides here alert. Sharp as ever, just timing not that right. A flash to move him off the side itself, but again, Full Sense, they know how to play this post plant. They know where he is onto that wine area. It's just about clearing out the wine area. They know where Kakarot is, and he's just dwindled so low. Flashes away, sprays out. Good for only one. Answers back.
The fact that Alert's still alive is such a big threat. Hunter's Fury is available. Someone from ZOL needs to tap that early.
There's the Hunter's Fury. And here comes the push from
Enemy
KFC.
remaining.
Unfortunately, this time around, it's gonna be Leviathan that's a little bit more sharp. They've bought time. It's a one-way smoke, and Leviathan, 4 in the bag, and his impact this game, incredible.
And that angle again, Tash. We saw him clutch with the Sheriff a while ago from the wine side. He gets a 4K this time around, and with 12 on the board, Leviathan truly looking so scary. ZOL again contesting main. But when it's just a trade here for ZOL, when the numbers are even, Full Sense is the faster ones reassessing. They're the ones using whatever utility they have to get on site, and it's been working so well. Whenever ZOL goes for a 1-for-1, they're the ones at a disadvantage.
It's 5 in a row already. If possible, you want to be able to get one more point if they can. Just to make sure that it's a little bit more doable as they come through onto the second half of the game, and the overdrive from Potter, as usual. Battle the enemy to happen, but unfortunately for Zid, he's gonna whip every single knife. The movement a little bit too much to handle from that Neon, and Patman will eventually go down as well. Looking back towards the Kakarot will try to equalize John Olsen to fall, but Potter with already 3. They're so aggressive, and Full Sense 10 in this half.
This is a commanding half for Full Sense. They need to see Potter get rid of all the other players as well off screen. But with a 10-2 half, after that one, Full Sense is going to go into the defense. We're going to go for a halftime break, and when we return, we'll see if Full Sense can close this out.
Go.
And here we are back in action. Full Sense just in control, Tash. That was 6 rounds in a row, and there are no signs of stopping them.
Momentum looks so good for Full Sense if you think about it. They're hot, they're fast.
Scanning ahead.
Those
are nice words to say about them. Hot and fast. Some good delivery, huh?
Yeah, good delivery. Makes me hungry as well. It's dinner time for all of us here in Southeast Asia.
True. But Zin, he's feeling a little spicy here. First contact, the tripwire in the way, and as soon as this breaks, expect Alert to go for the action.
There's the flash, moves out the way, Zin still wins it! Olsen to trade back. But still, Zin is very much alive. He takes quite a fair amount of damage. But John Olsen, this is a different tempo for Full Sense here. They are very different than how they approach the fights compared to ZOL, excuse me. As KevZ with a swing, sharp as ever onto John Olsen. Sushi Boy is going to be the only anchor on the side itself. All alone, they have marked him, moves out the way, tries to isolate, he does. That's one more to his name. Moves, he tries to go for the right click, but KevZ, we know he can put the numbers, and he does. Potter here with the spray, but 2 pointing at him might be hard, and pistol goes to ZOL.
Yeah, it was a decent set play from Full Sense at the start. As soon as that tripwire breaks right, they're gonna swing, they're gonna go for the flash, and they got the 1-for-1. But what happened after? Where was the adaptability there from Full Sense? Very passive there from John Olsen and the rest. Sushi Boys not even in a position to help the Cypher. And from that point on, ZOL goes for the overrun. And I think that's the point of concern right now here for Full Sense. Since we have your veterans swapping over to different roles, do they have still the right tendencies on it? You're not the Jet anymore, John Olsen. You can't just dash out of a situation like that. So they need to be wary of those kind of setups.
Flee suppressed.
Change of pace, very different style of play from ZOL here. Just now when you look at Full Sense, it's very decisive how they want to rush, how they want to play. But ZOL, they're choosing a more slow, methodical, sort of a default style take. And they try to just kind of pull out some utility from Full Sense, and they quickly pivot toward the other side.
Yeah, I agree with you, Tash. ZOL, of all teams in the PH, they're the ones closest to play towards that status of a little bit old, I'll dare say. They use their TAC FPS history to their advantage. They know how to play a default very well. And right now, it's stack versus stack upon us.
But that clear just gives Alert all the answers he needs about who's coming on the side, and he will be wallbanged to oblivion. On top here, it'll be Zind as well, with a Vandal in hand, and he goes aggressive, but Classics are a free gun! And the 2 on site still gets 2 out the way. Leviathan with only 25 HP can't do more. And the team is okay with that, with Zind going down, and they can't retrieve their Vandal back. So, 1 more point on the board here, winning that round.
Yeah, a decent educated guess there from Full Sense. They realized last round, okay, they went B, probably gonna do so again. The free guns got some damage, but this is where it really changes for Full Sense. Now they have the guns in hand. And since they did a bit of damage, Kakarot actually only holding on to the Sheriff. No one really close to ultimates right now. So for Full Sense, they can recover if they stabilize, especially with that double, even triple stack towards A site here.
Looking real good for ZOL. They're checking these rounds. Round per round, brick per brick, and Potter is the one to go aggressive this
Careful
time.
here.
Zind very close. I'm not sure if he knows that one person did cross. He goes up forward, Zind behind him, and that play will be giving dividends. A bit more pressure put down by Full Sense, but they're wise to move back.
I'm impressed, really. The timing there from Full Sense, so on point, but Zind, he knows how these other duelists play. He knows that he can get away with it.
Leviathan is quick to find Zind. Patman and Sushi Boys will find one each their name. It's just trades and tears for both teams here. But Leviathan will be the one that's playing behind this Zai's area. Sharp, both teams and players. But now it's a 2-on-1. Ja, all alone here, out here in the open, has no clue where to look. Onto Haven with 2 guns pointed at him. It's Sushi Boys to steal the round with the 3K.
Yeah, Jazz clutched a 1v2 on A site multiple times in the PH scene, but Full Sense is a different beast, and exactly what we've been saying throughout this game, Tash. When it's a trade for trade, it's still Full Sense who comes out ahead. They're faster on resetting themselves, they're faster in stabilizing, and right now, it's ZOL who's struggling to find the answer to get on through. It was a good bonus anyway, because ZOL did some damage against Full Sense, but right now it's a must-win. If ZOL doesn't take this, I don't think they're gonna find any future on Ascent anymore.
Full Sense knew exactly what they were doing when they cooked up this map. Will be caught by that 0 point, but no clue where it came from. That's the beauty of these lineups. But for ZOL, I don't think they want to challenge this one way.
Fine, and just playing towards A main, but look at the pressure now towards short here, Tash.
Oh yeah, here comes the grenade just to buy a little bit more space at time. Zind will be caught. Batman with the sprays. It looks great, but now with 3 on the side itself. Love the power of this overwhelming friendship. 3 already up there and full control of the A site. And now John Olsen finds himself all alone. Just trying to see if he can dwindle down the numbers, isolate fights.
Oh.
And Kevzi will be the first one to go down, but at a cost of quite a big chunk of his life.
Yeah,
But
it's
still,
3v1. Like, ZOL, they got the push over onto tree anyway. Patman was in the perfect position to counteract Full Sense after that initial smoke. And this is a quick response from ZOL is what they need. When they see Full Sense put pressure on them, try to corral them into a funnel, ZOL needs to find the answer and fast. And with players like Patman and Zind willing to advance anyway, it's a big reason why they got to that A site in the first place.
they're trying to find him. John Olsen keeping incredibly quiet, but Really gotta give it to ZOL how they've kind of really adapted after these last few rounds. Is looking real good for them, and unfortunately on this defense side, I don't think that Full Sense has an answer quite yet.
Yeah, Full Sense. It's a different look because you're playing Cypher and Neon together. You want to try and send Potter out to make that space, allow Alert and Sushi Boys to set that one up. But since ZOL plays these defaults early on, and they condition Full Sense that ZOL is watching these early angles, preventing this kind of mid-control to happen, stacking heavily, especially right now with the setup. B main, top mid, both gonna get peaked by ZOL Esports. It really goes to show Potter can't go that way, so it's a better answer here for Potter now. Through B main, Shock Darts to provide cover, but a Bucky, the only thing in his hands here.
Gotta know that Sushi Boys is toward mid area. Some pressure put into the smokes, but ZOL is okay with taking their time.
Sushi Boys is never gonna do that again, and wow, Full Sense. John Olsen taking a page out of the Patman playbook. He's the one who advances towards the orbs, gets that pick, and right now, John Olsen just one away from the Neural Theft. He gets one more kill. That's immediate indel here for Full Sense.
Since walked all the way up to market, doors already closed, so the queue of the broken door should give them a bit of answer, and does know there's at least 1, 2, or 3. It's hard to really discern where all the members of Full Sense are, but they're gonna try and just play down the timer and just explode onto the site, and it might just be a
Potter's still here.
Oh,
He's been waiting so long. Here we go, Tash.
Here comes the Bucky. Surprise! Surprise! And immediately they jump onto the site itself. Sushi Boys much ready. Here comes the flash. They try to put in a little bit more damage, but Joe will be the one to fight too. A classic kill from Alert.
Left.
That is rough, but still numbers advantage onto Full Sense. Unfortunately for ZOL, they're not winning their duels. They're not winning through this chaos, but it's still better guns in the hands of ZOL.
Welcome surprise there from Jet. Suddenly peeks out towards B main while the rest of ZOL was catching the attention. But you've said it. There is a gun in the hands of Full Sense right now. It's John Olsen peeking and getting the pick.
Still waiting. John Olsen has some time to work with coming in together. Still a take from both sides. Where are you going to look? Isolating his fights. No, Leviathan is there. Doesn't matter when someone can just swing you and pop your head. What a shot.
He doesn't miss. He never misses those moments, and Full Sense now put themselves on map point with a Thrifty. Incredible stuff from Full Sense. John Olsen winning that fight over at A-main. Already the cream of the crop, the cherry on top, getting that gun, sure. But Potter, he was so patient. Usually you'd see a Neon just get a little too antsy, right, Tash? It's like, I've been waiting here for 40 seconds. No way they're gonna come this way. But eventually, Full Sense make them go through B main where Potter awaits, and the response was so fast from Full Sense to allow them to get the numbers in the first place.
And speaking of numbers, look at the number of ultimates both teams have. 5 for, I believe it was ZOL, and 4 for Full Sense.
There's a lot in the back,
This
though.
is gonna be so chaotic.
Are you ready for Ultimate Fiesta? Because if you don't use your ult next round, what are you doing? Saving it for the next game. And ZOL can't afford to lose a round anymore. Full Sense. They built that big lead from the first half, and they're now reaping the rewards. You can see, though, for Full Sense, they're winning the duels, yes. They're giving up the position, and when ZOL is effectively trapped, they don't really have any answers towards Full Sense. Full Sense is getting space faster with that Neon, allowing John Olsen to thrive, winning his 1v1s confidently. A big answer for ZOL is to find that Cypher first and foremost, but Full Sense is playing a really good position around the map to prevent that.
Oh, I'm really excited to see what exactly they cook up here. Now, I'm just surprised that ZOL didn't want to, use the second timeout a little bit more early. But I think it's good. Might be able to start momentum for Full Sense. And now here comes the setup for this round, and this is the round that really matters for ZOL.
Yeah, ZOL has been getting mid-control for most of these rounds, and Full Sense is winning, but look at that, the suppress even catches Sid from across the other side. And with it, it's tougher here for ZOL to make the play towards B. Alert, all alone on his own island. Will it even last here?
Nowhere to run!
Here comes the Hunter's Fury just to really clear out the area itself. Potter trying to push through the smoke. Not too sure what's going on here. Alert's being very quiet through those smokes. Potter's gonna find Zid's head in the end. But Kevzy answers. Alert goes down here. Potter's still alive. Sharp as ever. He knows how exactly to play with this speed, and he excels at it. And now for Patman on the site already. You already have the Neural Theft used as well already. We have the overdrive set up. And now Patman goes down, and so does Kakarot. And the ultimate game will be won by Full Sense, taking A very is literally made for this map. The way her utility works can be really oppressive as well. But whether or not they can get that impact is the question.
I mean, it's a battle of the flash on the sky versus the intel and the prowler from the fade. Both can work, especially in the angles that the sky does thrive in, but we're gonna get into the action. And ironic enough, Tash, the last time Full Sense played this map was against Sersha Esports when both Alert and Potter were still on that roster. And that was just a week ago, so it really is. Okay, guys, we're bringing you in since you beat us on this map. What do we play now?
That's
something
crazy.
completely different. And it's insane to think that Full Sense is so willing to flex these roles also, because he now played this double controller between the Omen and the Astra together. John Olsen on the Deadlock is something I'm really excited for too.
I mean, now that you have Sushi Boys on the Astra, and I don't think Astras play as aggressively as Omens, right? I would love to see something flashy come out of him.
I mean, it suits him though. Let's not forget, Sushi Boy is one of the premier sentinels of the Thai scene for so long already. And immediately also, with the Trailblazer intel, that's the intel that the Sky can provide. The long flashes and the longer distance on the Trailblazer is good on the defense for those angles.
Looking at this, smoke set up already. Zind playing the silent side. It's so interesting seeing Zind go from that jet all the way to a deadlock. Different tempo agents altogether. But the fact of the matter is, for ZOL, if they're able to be this flexible, it's going to be a very exciting one. But here comes the loud sounds here. The util dumps on main and everyone moves back. But G will be the one with the opening onto Potter. Sushi Boy's answers, goes down. But Leviathan as well. Full control of showers already. It's all about short. But John Olsen will be the one to watch out from Lur's back.
Yeah, you think for ZOL, they had the handle after that first pick towards shower. Full Sense though, able to capitalize on the disjointedness after the grab net setup. They get the catch, they get the intel. Sure, they couldn't push off it, but eventually they overwhelm, and it's a 4v2 setup here on A.
Oh, sharp. One pixel out of place, and Kakarot reacts. A flash just to move them out of the way. He swings, but it's all about trying to bait, but doesn't really need to, and John Olsen is this sharp.
Yeah, Full Sense take that pistol. They had the right numbers, and ZOL, truthfully, when they got that pick towards showers, them losing that short control was also gonna be a threat. Eventually, Full Sense will push through. Eventually, they had the intel right. They wanted to jump the gun and jump into finding those picks. And we see it here already. The lineup potential from John Olsen is looking good. The combos with Alert are very sound. And for a team effectively built within the week, it's crazy to think how synchronized Full Sense is already.
I mean, they're probably not new with one another. Probably they have scrimmed together. Probably they've played with each other as well. Yeah, against each other. I think, if anything, these two teams might have been able to really synchronize because the scene, or rather, the big scene for organizations in Thailand is not like super huge or super big.
Well, we'll see now. Be along contact. ZOL's just stacked up for this one. And if they don't actually throw utility early on, Leviathan getting a picker here.
Beautifully done, Leviathan for 2. Potter is gonna push out here, satchels him out of the way, and forced to TP. Does he know someone's waiting in front of showers is the question. Zin here is gonna do a wide swing. Potter answers, and they quickly just pivot to the A side. And now John Olsen just worrying about the last two on site. Do they really need to pivot? Let's be real here.
I mean, it's just John Olsen doing John Olsen things. But Leviathan again, Tash. We already highlighted him in that first game. But this time, he's being so responsible for these corners. Checking out the left side. Also providing cover. Usually, in those kind of setups, you have the Omen and the Fade having their utility out to try and make the B push happen. But as soon as Leviathan noticed that this could be a potential crossfire, he checks the angles, he holds with his gun, and the Prowler from Alert is that warning signal for the rest of Full Sense to make the play.
Can already see it trying to clear out showers. Haunt gonna find nothing. But the info is enough. But look at this 2 sentinels on A site. Oh, that is terrifying to watch.
The utility is so scary. And it's the beauty. It's just, if you go through this angle, you will die. So please don't go this way. That's what you want to run with this double sentinel. And ZOL instead, the pressure is on the triple stack towards B to try and fight this.
Caution
but
here.
Full Sense in the bonus, Tash. They're looking brave. They want to go through the trips as well as the sonic sensors anyway.
I don't think they have an idea that it's a double Sensi onto A. They're gonna have to learn, at least with one person going down, and they'll probably have already heard that wall being set up by the deadlock.
And since they got the intel here for ZOL, Patman has pushed towards Fountain. So even a backstab possible here. ZOL Esports, all the cards laid on the table, their chance.
So quick to break all those trips and utilities. Zid quickly answers, and that's the beauty of the double sentinel on the side itself. Zid for 2 already, but Valorant will be the one to fight 2. Potter for 3. How did that happen? Quick reaction times all
30
around
seconds
here
left.
from the smokes. Patman. They heard the wall go down. It's all about just finding the right timing. Where is he looking?
standing.
Not at the right place.
One
And
enemy
Potter will have
remaining.
3 in the bag. He's all alone. 1 versus 1. Roomba will spot out
There's
Jet.
intel.
He knows exactly where he is. HP advantage for Potter. Not happening. Wins it in the end, but at a cost of 4 of their rifles.
Yeah, that was a huge bonus rounds there for Full Sense. Immense damage on ZOL. Also proving that they can bust through the utility setup anyway. And this was huge from Potter. Him making it to backside and the transfer was so unreal onto Zind. Also watching the flank. Sure, it was a good pick there from Patman. But ZOL, it just wasn't enough to try and go for the hold. They lost that backside control because of the speed of Full Sense, and that's something now ZOL has to be wary in the upcoming rounds.
Different approach this time, and they're still trying to challenge this site despite knowing it's a 2 sentinel A site. Gonna try and break the utility with their own utility. Finds nothing. Roomba to clear out those corners. Finds nothing. And here comes the showstopper in the side already. Potter good for 1. Zin answers. Gonna use the C's on the backside. Finds nothing. Zin. Not knowing there's a Leviathan on the roof. He goes down. And now every single utility that's been set down by ZOL has been completely obliterated. But Patman not gonna be alive for long despite dwindling down the numbers quite a little bit. He knows exactly where to look. It's gonna be Ja playing that corner. He wins it in the end, but John Olsen tag teaming it. Beautifully played. 1 member to worry about is Kakarot in already from showers. Marking John Olsen. Does he know there's 1 on box? 1, 2, 3. Swing might be the answer here. The grab net. Excuse me. The trap finds him and Alert wins in the end.
Yeah, Full Sense just play off the Sonic sensor so
happens,
well.
talk
They're
here.
goading Kakarot with their barrels. But eventually, it's just that double swing possibility that Full Sense has relied on throughout. And one more thing I notice here, since you're not running the Neon and instead it's the Rays, it is easier for this utility to get. Why is Kakarot so close to the camera? But you said it a while ago, Tash. It's so much easier for Full Sense to break this utility, to get that space. Leviathan singing in the rain of top of these rooftops. Full Sense is willing to fight whatever ZOL has in store for them.
Can see that this time Zin hasn't really put all of his utility down yet. And John Olsen, what a read!
No freaking
Knowing the
way.
push-up, that is disgusting.
You can take the man out of duelist, but he will win any duel in front of him anyway. And that's how good
3.
Johnny Bloody Olsen is. Kakarot, you're playing with fire here, man. Don't. Not him. Of all people, not him.
And as Zin moves out the way, Potter is sharp as ever. These are wall bangs and headshots. Kakarot tries to answer. John Olsen is happy to put 3 heads in his bag. Kev Z left alone.
Spike
We've seen
planted.
him sharp as ever, but I think they know where to look.
Yeah, they're in position. Potter's already up top, and 145. It's not gonna be enough. Good shot there from Kevs, but an even better position from Full Sense. This flawless is just the start of even more paints now for ZOL Esports here, Tash. Full Sense building up an economy. They have many ultimates on hand. John Olsen, he used nothing in that first fight. He just won the duels, knew exactly where his opponent was hiding, and it's just that veterancy, sure, for Full Sense, but how sharp they are as shots. 8 kills already for John Olsen here.
And what's more interesting is that last game, we didn't really see him really shine. In this map, totally different tempo. How he's been able to take up space, take up these duels, just walk up and just stop those rotations as well.
Yeah, ZOL now early investment onto the barrier mesh, and this is something that we haven't seen too much from ZOL actually. They've been using this deadlock wall as a response rather than an initial deterrent. It means here, Zind, he's watching B-Long like a hawk. The smoke's also trying to scare off Full Sense, looking to make them move elsewhere away from this side of the map. And not only that here, Tash, a default from Full Sense means that ZOL, they can't put their cards towards showers. They did go for the double stack, but they realize here with a Trailblazer, it's short where the stack is looking.
Paint shells, just to deter them. Smokes as well. There is still that trip, so if anyone were to jump up there on the box, they will be caught. But for Full Sense, they're still deciding where they want. It's gonna be slowly they're deciding to go toward B.
Prowlers being set. And as soon as ZOL gets any contact towards Hookah, right? The sonic sensors are pesky. The stun's
30
there.
seconds left.
Ultimate
Not
two.
sure it didn't even get anyone, but here comes that. It doesn't catch Potter. He just took up that space and narrowly missed that ultimate. Moves out the way here. Sometime bought with that grab wall and that wall. They're gonna get that plant. Leviathan somehow managed to find a headshot through that smoke.
Spike
13
planted.
seconds to go. Plant down already. Trying to go for this take. To a one-man disadvantage here. Zind, an idea toward main. I think they know exactly he is. All eyes. All pings onto them as well. Sprays all around. Patman for 2 even before Potter seals it off.
Batman, nice try there at the end, but Full Sense, once they got control of the site, that was effectively over. ZOL banked on using those stunts to their advantage. There was also the pressure of a sudden annihilation. Wasn't enough for ZOL to hold. Full Sense now forcing ZOL to actually go for the timeout. It's another commanding start to the game here, Tash. We saw a glimpse of this a while ago on Ascent, and it's repeating here on Bind.
Ooh, ZOL. Forced. I mean, this feels kind of deja vu, right? We saw this exact time what happened in the previous map. They have no clue how to deal with this kind of play, this aggression, this fire. Yeah, you have 2 sentinels, but when your utility is constantly being disrespected, what's the game plan here now? Are we gonna put bodies in front instead of our utilities? Because from what I've seen so far, ZOL is just trying to play off this utility and not getting a lot of, a lot of rewards from it.
I mean, they've been doing so many things for the past few rounds already. First half of this first half, we noticed them use that Sky Intel to allow the push to happen. What happens? They get overrun onto the site. Now they're using this Sentinel utility a bit earlier on, but Full Sense still finds the answer. And it's just that cover that Full Sense provides on the execute. You see what they're willing to invest. John Olsen also chipping in those scenarios. And I think Sushi Boys, even though his stats aren't really the best right now, he's low-key being such a big factor just to add these smokes to help out Full Sense in their push.
I'm really hoping to see a conversion from this timeout. Seen heads being popped already. They're trying to just explode through the smoke. But Olsen tried to be sneaky, punished. The reaction time from ZOL this time around. A different answer, a different angle.
Even a setup there right outside of Hookah. So ZOL, they use that timeout to try and drop these eco plays. A gun in hand for Batman, but Potter's already contacting.
Love the amount of conversion of trades coming through here. Here comes the neural theft as well. It's enough to just push the other members of Full Sense back, and they're skedaddling all the way somewhere else. From the shadows, use Zind. Do they check his corner? Oh, he doesn't, and Zind capitalizes. In fact, even getting an upgrade here.
That's the second gun in the hands of ZOL and Leviathan. If he isn't wary of Full Sense, or rather for ZOL pushing his way, that can get really nasty. Zind again! Can't get away with it this time, Dash.
Yeah, Sushi Boys was quick to react off that. They knew exactly where to look as well based on the information they've gotten.
30
And
seconds
2
left.
stars already there. Interesting how they want to play this. Already on the site.
Launching
They
smoke.
buy a lot of time. Smoke set out by Ja, but can deny with that orbital strike. Nice timing. Will move out the way. A good set play. But now it's just that bottleneck that needs to be broken. 10 seconds to go. They're gonna get it. Here
10
comes the
seconds
showstopper. Will be pulled as well. But they don't know
Spike
where to look.
planted.
The corner will be found. He just pops it. Sushi Boy's sharp, but Batman even sharper.
We have Patman with 4 for the round to bring ZOL back from the brink. And you notice there, it got so testy
round.
for ZOL. It was so difficult. You have the stars in the way, you have the smoke in the way. But this was a good answer for Patman. Just go for the send with the blast packs alongside that showstopper. I got worried when he did get caught by the gravity well just a little bit there. But ZOL didn't stop pushing. They knew that was the timing since they bought the time that you mentioned using that orbital strike. And with it, at least a second round on the board. Can they continue on? Just because Full Sense, they still have good money in the bank. They have a showstopper in the hands of Potter. And all the resources they would like and more moving forward.
Oh, ZOL taking a more proactive approach this time around. Two inside showers. They want to try and fight this. There is one player there. It's Sushi Boys. Oh, timing might not be on his side. Will be caught. Happy with the first pick. Potter answers sharp as ever. Moves to the back here. Not cleared out quite yet. Patman, where to look, where to go. Potter, are you gonna swing? Takes a fair bit of damage. Zin is gonna find him in the end, despite the paranoia. But smoked off the side itself. U-Hauls. Leviathan, as to maintain this control, will be graph netted. So a crossfire can be played with John Olsen if he's willing to move backwards. But they're gonna be checking him here. 1, 2, 3.
Last player
Not happening. Kakarot to find one. And it's just so sad looking what's happening here because ZOL knows how to completely obliterate the members Full Sense one by one. And without the power of friendship, without playing together, Full Sense just crumbles.
Yeah, they're actively clearing well here for ZOL. Not only did they use the GravNet into lamps, force Leviathan to effectively hold close while crouch, but you saw how they weren't scared of the smokes anymore after that last round there, Tash. Yet again, Full Sense throwing those smokes as much as they could towards the shower side. But a single Trailblazer was enough for Patman to play off. Gets isolation onto Potter, moves on from there, dissuaded sure by the paranoia. But ZOL Esports, they're managing now to get the active map control that they need. And they're using the right utility as well as doubling up well to get that space here.
They're doing so well playing aggressively to our shower side, and this time around they posted 3 on A side itself and separating these Sentinels.
I mean, this is the other way to go about things, right? If you play double Sentinel and put the stack together, you're assuming the utility is enough. But what happens if not? ZOL's adjustment off the timeout has been this degree of separation, and it's been working well. Patman and Kakarot are the most active ones around the map right now. They're the ones who want to play off perhaps intel from the camera or intel from the sonic sensor if the deadlock actually provides it in that position. Now then, since they couldn't find anything towards shower, it's actually Patman rotating towards B, and this could be a good timing for Full Sense to capitalize on.
But Kevzi is watching.
Yeah,
They're gonna check it.
they're active.
Camera
Look,
taken off.
Jet as well as Zin have pushed so deep now.
Yeah. Gonna be using utility dump all around just to give them a little bit more space. Kakarot has been found here. Both Prowlers used already. Seas as well. But for ZOL, they're doing a good job putting a lot of pressure onto that choke. But Potter's already out. Alert finds Patman. Ja has to find the right timing, and he does. Sushi Boys to go down next. Leviathan gonna find one for his name, but cannot answer back. And just like that, Full Sense once again finds themselves crumbling. And Leviathan with no time, no HP. Perhaps a call to save.
10 seconds left.
He has to get out of dodge. Even gets the ore for his troubles. Should be able to save the gun, but Full Sense now. This is their weakness here coming into this attack, Tash. Once they realize they can't bust through the first time around, they play a default, go slow onto the opposite side of the map. And ZOL has taken advantage of that fact. How many rounds already did we see in this half that ZOL has pushed towards Fountain and used that to pivot into Market? This was the fastest one that they did also in terms of rotation, because by this point they realize no one's really watching from Full Sense once they execute. No one is covering the flank. And with that happening, timeout here for Full Sense just to try and clean up the rest of the attack. John Olsen, come on. A little potassium never hurt anybody, Tash.
Never hurt anybody. But honestly, I'm really loving this, what ZOL talked about. Take a deep breath. It's okay. Take it slow. Be a little bit more proactive in denying that space. And once that space has been denied and Full Sense cannot break through that utility, they cannot break through those chokes, everything just falls apart. Because they're understanding that Full Sense, the power comes from being able to trade, being able to execute off utilities. And once they're not able to, that's it, the end. Because Potter's in the site, but the rest of teammates, they can't follow up.
Yeah, I mean, and it's also the weakness right now of the Full Sense composition. You're running a solo deadlock. When does that actually happen, right, on these kind of maps?
No.
Usually, deadlock is your second sentinel because she has one clear weakness as an agent. What is the anti-lurk? What is the anti-flank? Those sonic sensors, you just walk through them and you're gonna get no intel from them.
Yeah. I mean, that's really the point. But I loved how Zind has positioned himself as the first contact on that sentinel. Playing aggressive, playing out his utilities. Move out the way. Patman from one corner, gonna find Potter. Now, he's still inside. Util dump, but he's still winning these
Spike
fights.
down
What
A.
is happening here? Roomba to open door once again, but they still don't see him. His teammates have put up a lot of cover, a lot of space.
Oh,
but
no.
Leviathan can't go out the way here. He's gonna be pulled to his death, but all John Olsen is sharp before finally
Last player
being shot down by
standing.
Ja. And now Sushi
Leviathan.
Boys left all alone. What are you gonna do in a 1v3 with the Sheriff?
Yeah, Leviathan got turned into a beautiful butterfly, but we won't see him for the rest of the round. Full sense. Just shocked by how quick ZOL responded there. And off the timeout, ZOL throwing up the teleporter play. They're feeling confident with the gun advantage. And case in point, Tash, they have tied up the game. Full sense was in full command for so long of the half. Now it's 5-5.
In the pre-show, I said, does it matter how many reps you have on this map? If you played this map so many times, does that really give you a lot of advantage compared to the other team? Because let's be real here, I talked about like how many times Full Sense played this map just this year, and compared to ZOL, you know, the numbers are rookies, right? But ZOL knew exactly what they were getting into on this map, and they understand that for Bind, it's all about controlling that tempo, and they have not been giving that to Full Sense, at least since they've been after that timeout. Now this
Yeah,
time
4
around,
rounds.
is Patman that's playing a little bit more aggressive, up in hand. And will they peek? They might. Oh! Quick.
You got your wish, Tash. You got your wish.
I
And
just like
ZOL,
chaos.
yeah, I know that. ZOL was just in position. Exactly what you're saying, though. Tempo now being set by ZOL. They've won 4 rounds in a row. With them being so much more proactive, being so much more aggressive really on this defense. And with early on, ZOL limiting the choices of Full Sense, they're getting the space that they want. 3 players watching out for short just because not only did they get that peek from the hookah side, but you always have Zin now towards B long controlling that.
That is
Leviathan,
a
though,
nasty angle.
beautiful work, and that's what Full Sense needs to break that deadlock and make B more of a possibility.
Yeah, and I think from the beginning of today, what Leviathan has been doing is just positioning himself in these off angles, right? On top of a HUD, on top of a corner, on top of boxes, just to really find these off angles to just pop heads up through the smoke.
There.
But it's still only 1 player to worry. There's still another 4 players to worry about. Work's
30
not
seconds
done.
left.
Prowler and also the K-Shells used. They clear the corner just
Annihilation.
in the end. By some time, Annihilation catches another player in the corner. John Olsen, he jumps out, finds Ja, knows exactly how to play off the information, and Plant will be safe. They cannot leave the site
Spike
for that
planted.
post-plant.
Insane bounce there on the Annihilation. They're getting the catch, although they do get hook control and they're trying to make a pinch. I like that Kakarot's trying to break this one for Patman, because you can't do that with the operator. Patman, though, needs the pick to get the showstopper here.
Trying to break that wall as well, but Patman, where to look, where to go with only
enemy
Vandal in
remaining.
sight. Leviathan to clear him off the corner. Beautiful plays. Kakarot left all alone here, and it shouldn't be too hard. I mean, look at these 3 corners that that Full Sense have placed themselves in. As soon as he makes a noise, that's it. The end. Good night, and Full Sense finally comes back.
Yeah, I thought the idea there for Kakarot was
Last
to
round
really
before the
commit
switch.
the Vandal just to
Final
allow
team lead.
Batman in. Since he stopped there midway, already we saw the side of Full Sense have elbow control. It was inevitable for Leviathan to just easily swing there and get the pick. And Leviathan, another round provided by him to put Full Sense back in control. They refuse to give up the lead. They find the pick on Zind early.
There.
And they have a chance here, Tash, to finish up the half 7-5. Another opto in hands here of ZOL.
You
want to fight it?
Full Sense. Here comes the Cosmic Divide. Zin quickly reacting
Your
on that by
fear!
stopping the wall. Can the Nightfall as well. Here comes Alert with the Prowler. Oh my gosh, everything in the kitchen sink used from both teams. Now, they know there's one trip there somewhere. Jump with the opening.
down,
He can't
B.
go for 2, unfortunately. John Olsen stops that. But this angle from Kakarot will be found in the end. Now, nades in already, Zin teleported, not sure if Full Sense is aware, but they have full control of that site. Hard
Alert?
to push inside. Alert! Where are you coming from here? Full Sense coming up forward here. KevZ is watching the side angle. Timing has to be completely right if Potter were to get these heads. 1, 2, 3, swing, he gets 1. Almost goes for 2. Moves out the way, and Potter still wins in the end. Alert inside the TP.
There.
Where are you gonna go here? Zin corners him. But what more can you do than that?
Alerts, you're never to be a zoo exhibit, man. Why is he stuck in the cage? Dash, let him out, Dash! Let him sin, please. Let the man out and let him fight.
It's alright, his teammates are on site itself. Eyes there, and the sonic sensor finds him. Zin goes down a 7-5 half despite that long drought
Switching
of
sides.
losses.
Yeah, that was a well-placed position
They're
there by Potter. Huge picks over onto CT. And I was worried for Batman. Was he gonna die the same way? Even worse now. Potter getting rid of Kevzi first and foremost. A big 3K there for Full Sense. And we see it again. Site control means round wins. Full Sense now at the head of the half as we go on this break. Sensational from Full Sense, and you can see eyes wide open for John Olsen and the rest. Potter has been doing work with the Raze 2 here, Tash. Now with Full Sense on the defense. The other cause of concern. Yes, deadlock. One Sentinel. Only Sentinel. This double controller needs to be enough. And it's not the usual Brimstone Viper that we get on a map like this, right? It's Omen and Astra. What a difference look for Full Sense.
Look at this push-pull that Full Sense has. Going aggressive on B long and playing passive on A side. Patman eager to take up space onto U-Haul. But Sushi Boys, he has other plans. Going through smokes, grab well as well. Trying to catch one off guard, and he still wins one, but will be quickly traded by Ja. Alert all alone here. Do they check in the corner?
Oh, no.
No, you don't. Do your due diligence, brother.
Spike planted.
Just way too noisy from Alert. The red warning sirens were there. But ZOL fights one more, and Full Sense in trouble. They're getting caught here.
Last player standing.
Where to look when 3 angles already held by ZOL. Now for John Olsen, all alone. Very open area, but Kevzi, you gotta give it to this guy. 2 maps still sharp. Love to see it. ZOL truly trying to climb back.
Yeah, and the signature play for ZOL on the attack is to get that map side control. As soon as that spike is planted, 1 to 2 players are playing right underneath Heaven, and usually that's Batman. He does so there at the very last moments of that last round there, Tash. Batman watching towards CT, getting the first towards that connector, getting a second, and Full Sense can't get caught napping because in that round, you said it a while ago, corners were left unchecked. They were just peeking into effectively crossfire set by ZOL. And on this defense, there are those concerns that ZOL can just overwhelm.
Fight and just
Scout
completely
destroyed.
moving out the way, forced out of his area. John Olsen putting the damage onto Zind. Nearly taking him down. That's a top out from his teammate. Moves out the way.
Great control, actually, there by Sushi Boys. That star really helping at least Full Sense stop the bleeding for now. But here we go again. It's round 2, Sash. Let's see what Patman's punch can bring.
Fight and that corner. Sushi Boys making quite a bit of noise in the backside. But Patman will be the one to come up on top. Ooh. Great reaction time as well. Quickly reacting off that. The nades from Patman will move Sushi Boys out the way. 2 peeks from inside and on the side. Quick to answer, and so will Zind. Now, moving to the back, running up forward. Potter, sharp! 2! Getting over 3!
Standing.
Can't! Zind, sharper! And now Alert all alone! Oh, the damage has been done here. Not impossible, but with only a classic in hand. Alert has been able to do some damage. But in this post-pat position, where they have an idea, some semblance of where he might be, it might be a problem.
Oh, no one's looking hook, huh?
He's on there already. The gun disparity is a bit much.
Yeah, ZOL, there was a moment there for Alert. If he was just able to get into the action faster there, ZOL were busy scrounging Bulldogs after the plant went down. But that's the beauty of the ZOL composition. You have 2 Sentinels, 1 effectively stopping these lurks. The tripwires being pesky on the hand of Kevzi. But 7-7 half, or rather a 7-7 standing here as we get now into the Full Sense buy round. And take note here, Tash, since Full Sense are buying a lot of utility pieces for most of their agents, not everyone can go for full armor. Watch out also for this one. The lineup from Sid over onto B long. Can't get the catch on Leviathan. The TP's there, and the Trailblazer looking for confirmation at least.
That's enough info for them to just move out the way. You can see a TP out as well, just in case someone were to just swing off that info. But regardless, ZOL once again, ZOL, they love these quiet moments, just keeping Full Sense on their toes. Quickly found out, Zin headshot onto Sushi Boys, and Pamden as well. Oh my god, these players quickly react off this info, and quickly they just burst onto the site. The true ZOL type of play, Potter inside will be caught out as well. Patman is not done quite yet, and he is going aggressive, but will finally be shut down by John Olsen.
Yeah. Not just backside, but heaven there. ZOL Esports, they take command of both short and shower. And you can see for ZOL, they're just so meticulous in how they make these executes happen. They keep an eye out on smokes. They make sure that if they can't find any targets, they check these corners. And full sense, it'd be wise for them to go for a save at this point. ZOL Esports, they've taken the lead after everything is said and done here,
No
Tash. And
surprises.
the beauty of it is how much they enable Patman as Leviathan gets an exit. Sure, this is still what ZOL would like moving forward.
They're trying to make this round at least a little bit more expensive for ZOL. So one elimination done already, but still ZOL, they're going to be happy moving on. Ja, with only a Bulldog, is still going to... I think he's been holding on to that Bulldog for what? 1 round? 2 rounds?
Yeah, it's the 3rd round in a row. We had that ever since the anti-eco. And effectively, right, can go for upgrade if he chooses to, but won't. Lots of money in the palms of ZOL right now. And it's full sense, actually, who's wondering, what else can they do here? The execute from ZOL has been solid, and the early intel that they get from not just Kakarot, but also from Zind low-key with his lineups, it's been enough for ZOL to work with.
You know, full sense they want to take these early fights. They have 2 players pushing out B every single round, but it's always been really denied this setup because of that Trailblazer done out by Kakarot. They're not doing that thing anymore. They've just smoked it off. They're playing a little bit more passive.
Yeah, I mean, that's the difference between Fade and Sky on a map like this. You get more distance, truthfully, with the Sky intel rather than the Fade. You want to be closer if you're alert, but we haven't seen that much there from the likes of Full Sense on this defensive half. Alert has been away from the action, unable to really help the rest of the team as much as he would like. There's the Prowler right now. Doesn't even get the intel onto Kevzi, and I want to see the POV right now towards Long. They barely see each other there, Tash. Kevzi almost finding contact towards the Fade, but ZOL, yet again, early intel, allowing them to be confident in pushing towards short, but the one-way will scare them off
Over
here.
there.
They put a very deep smoke, right, onto Hookah,
net.
but it's still being disrespected, and they have full control of the area. They can pivot if they want to. Smoke set up already. Patman quickly pivoting onto B. They have all the information they need just because of that one player pushing out Hookah. That smoke that paid no dividends. Yes, it's a bit deeper, but if you're not holding, there's really no point. Patman here, he wants to challenge his space. Gonna go down to Leviathan, but does it really matter? There's still another 4 members of ZOL to worry about. The plan will be true, but the gun disparity might be a bit of an issue. Potter found already. That is sharp as heck from Kakarot. Playing the smokes, he still holds. 1, 2, 3 swing would be that, but sprays are true. Ja and Zind 1 each. Leviathan for 4. Can we get our first ace today is the question. Kakarot is going to try and do a big wraparound if he can. 8 bullets in the barrel. Timing has to be very perfect. They put the smokes down. Paranoia as well. They got the defuse. Can go for half. He's placed himself a little bit higher. He's trying to stick. He pushes through, but he still gets it. Oh my god! Full sense! A round win! Timing on their side!
Can't place it.
It's just wanted on all fronts. Leviathan, your bounty has to be huge. A serial killer to get the quad. A thief in the night to take that defuse and go stick hit till the sun don't shine. Unbelievable from Leviathan in this series. And you would think ZOL had everything they would like in control. They had elbow control. They drew a line in the sand with that sonic sensor. Perhaps they just overpeaked there into elbow. They were punished accordingly. And from that point on, Kakarot just didn't have the right timing when Full Sense just had no fear.
Here comes the Annihilation. Alert goes down, but finally he gets 1. Potter as well answers now. Patman already on the side.
Exactly
where to go, where to look. You have the neural theft on the side already. It's just about waiting, trying to see where the players are. They know where he is. Potter marking. If he were to swing, it's gonna be down. What a flick to the left onto Ja. Here comes the own showstopper. Where is Kakarot? Finds him, misses. It's all about finding the last member. And Potter 3. He's back online, baby.
What an incredible showcase from Full Sense. You have Leviathan doing magic in the last round. Potter feeding off that energy. And ever since shot number 1, in that round, it was already impressive. You're playing a retake with the operator, you're fighting these closer angles, you still have no fear. You shut down a flying Pathman, you know you're good. And Potter has been pristine. There's always that question. You're replacing John Olsen in terms of the duelist role for Full Sense. You better be damn good. And Potter has proven that time and time again in VCTC so far.
Man. 8-9. This is very competitive. Yes, you did say that Bind is one of ZOL's best maps. A Full Sense, they are answering back. When you thought that they were losing so many rounds in a row, I'm not sure what happened that round, but it was incredible. It was explosive. It was Potter really saying, give me the reins, let me back online where I belong, let me bring the speed, let me bring the heat.
Full Sense is just looking fearless, and ZOL, perhaps by this point, getting a little bit in their heads. It was just so close in the past few rounds, but Full Sense will still bring the magic out and bring those wins. You gotta wonder what's next here for ZOL. Their executes aren't working. They've had good ways to dissuade the lurk, but coming down to that contact on the side is becoming really problematic. They're unable to slice the map the way that they would like, and it's players like the two controllers on Full Sense
John
as...
Olsen snack.
Oh yeah, that's why they're winning. But I'm just saying that, again, I think Leviathan and even Sushi Boys, who hasn't had the best game, they're doing wonders to try and scare off ZOL. ZOL has learned to just push through the smoke, and now Full Sense is punishing them for it.
4-1 split from ZOL. A lot of info gained already. Smokes from both ends. And despite that, they still try to challenge that long area. But it's getting into Octagon, getting onto side. 3 eyes on that area. It is a choke point regardless. Leviathan Sharpie just reacts off that as soon as Akar even peeks. They clear the corner with that Gravnat. Not finding anyone in this corner. Leviathan, great reposition.
Yeah. And not only that, Potter also moved himself towards the backside with the operator. They're expecting that pressure here from ZOL. Kevzi also now lying in wait inside Hookah, but Pac-Man needs to contact him fast. Potter faster!
Shot from both Potter and Leviathan! As soon as a pixel comes out of place, immediately they react! That's the TIE firepower that everyone was talking about. But yeah, Jeff has something to say about it. Orbital's tried to clear out at least that corner. Leviathan from the smoke, shorty in hand, swaps his guns. Timing is right. No, it's not. Kevzi, he didn't realize he's there. But the rest of the team will just completely swarm onto ZOL. And Full Sense, they are increasing that lead.
Yeah, where did that Gravnet come from? John Olsen suddenly bursting out from Hookah, taking that space away from ZOL. But the bigger picture is truthfully Full Sense just so much faster at reacting than ZOL. The idea was sound for ZOL. It's time for Pathman to burst. Let's go into this B side. But not only did we see both Potter and Leviathan reposition and effectively trade spots, they were the ones who got the angle quicker. The up shot and alongside the rifle gun down were so immediate from Full Sense. ZOL just didn't have a plan to work with at all there.
The Full Sense just loves being able to take the reins and say this tempo of ours is ours and you're gonna play on our terms. Once they have that momentum, it's so hard to take it, to wrestle it away from them. And Full Sense, they look good right now. Potter holding. One peek is all he needs. Unfortunately, this time he misses. But he's not gonna shy away from moving out the way and trying to live for round 2. Doesn't win it, and Pathman will be the one to come up on top.
Yeah, the blast back a little too late there. He gets caught within the ranges of the nade. And from that point on, he's just dead to rights. So that's the op gun here. ZOL's been looking for that pick for quite a while. Do they pick up though? That's the question. Alert also pushing here, Tash.
I've got your trail.
What a play. They're gonna find one close. Sushi Boys for 2! They were not expecting him to challenge the Seekers! And now John Olsen from the side will be taken down there. Grab that finds him in the end. Leviathan, once again, the last core member from the team who's going to have to try and win this clutch. And it's hard! 3 members to worry about. Trips abound. What's the play here, Leviathan? A save, or do you want to try to take this fight?
Well, he's thinking about it. He has the flank towards market, but when there's one tripwire, there's a second nearby. And the beauty of having the 2 sentinels yet again is now ZOL decides to cosplay as the defenders. That A site, that used to be Full Senses, Tash. No, it's not. The deadlock has made sure of that.
Love what Zin brings to the table as that deadlock. Sally's gonna try and get some Adzik frags, but In this situation, what
Cage
more can you do, Leviathan? And I think what's really good is the fact that they've been playing this game where they just burst on the site, deny that rotation from Full Sense, and they're not able to just really play together.
Oh, they get the off back though.
There we go.
Nice. Well placed by Leviathan, going around the map there. I also want to point out real quick, Full Sense, it wasn't a shabby try to push through short after they lost that shower control. They knew that was the pivot point. They could have caught the lurk, but ZOL was also watching for that. And this is where we go back to the fundamental strength of ZOL, right? This is a team with a lot of experience in TAC FPS. They love to default, so you better be sure if you're gonna be the ones aggressing on the defense, because ZOL is a team that is known to punish those kind of plays.
Shadows traveling.
Oh, a TP as well? Why are they cooking?
Time to hunt.
Python, he doesn't have the From the Shadows actually. He's stuck there for now. It's there, Nightfall into play too, and Full Sense is expending these ultimates, this utility, just to try and scare ZOL off. It's working so far to delay the plant, but eventually ZOL realized they have that side control for now. And watch out, Potter has the paint shells here.
Yeah, off in hand as
planted.
well. And we've seen some incredible flicks from him. But they can try and challenge. Here in this corner, KevZ still wins it. Good read to fight Leviathan, and he had done the most to make his way there. Now for Potter, already in the front of sight, but with all the members playing in that area, he will be spotted by the spy cam. There's a Roomba to worry about here. Alert is here, sprays up here, goes for 2. Can he go for 3? No. Zind, good the answer, but the sprays from Potter will be true to find Zind in the end. Patman, but alone here, wins it. Cosmic Divide as well, grenade to buy some time, but from the side here, Sushi Boys will eventually find him, and so will KevZ. And I have to say, that disconnect from the members of Full Sense cost them that round.
Absolutely. It's just, you're using this Nightfall in this situation, trying to dissuade the push, but no one's gonna capitalize on that. Leviathan also, he was left on his own after the TP play. And sure, Alert, he made the effort there towards Lamp, but it was just a little too late. ZOL had all the control that they wanted. I love what Patman also did there. That is just some extra intellect on the player. You know that Cosmic Divide is gonna go up. You love the paint shells to prevent that defuse from happening on the other side of the map, and it works out because Sushi Boys pushes him instead because of it.
I'm really liking the positioning of these stars, how aggressive it is actually, how Sushi Boys approaches his methods on how he plays this Astra.
Yeah, but this is where I say again, Tash, that ZOL has learned they can push through those smokes, and if no one's watching, then it's been problematic for Full Sense.
yeah.
This is better with Sushi Boys in position, but the only gun he has here, the classic in hand, it's a half buy and a half here for Full Sense.
Such a mixed buy here from the team, but you really want John Olsen to be able to pick off these players. Now Roomba, just to clear out the angles here, and they're popping a second smoke. No, they not. They took back that star. Now for John Olsen, rolls out the corners. They know there's one here. Immediately just blocking off Hookah, just to buy a little bit more space, deny them that area. And also here, quickly uses that grab that sprays, and here comes the Annihilation. He needs to save his teammates here. A swing out from the other end. Potter for 1, and now the Paranoia does buy some time here. Potter for 2. Jean will find Potter for his name. Now here comes that wait. They hear the sound of the grenades as well as the showstoppers. John Olsen, he's the hero for this map, but Zind very much alive with also the spike in hand, utility abound, and he's gonna go for this plant. If he gets the isolation, if he plays it meticulously, he will be able to get away with it, and he might. Well, they know where he is in the front of sight. Alert waiting here. Here comes the C's, and he goes for that challenge, moves out the way. It doesn't hit him. They're trying to really pinch him. His sensor, known already where the others are. Plays those corners. John also goes down. Nasty sprays. They can pinch him if they want to. They try and go for that defuse. 1, 2, 3, swing, but Potter, what reaction time?
Yeah, Potter's the one watching for himself, and Full Sense will keep this lead. Incredible round there for Full Sense, but I'll have to give that one to Leviathan, actually. You look at how the B execute works out. ZOL gets the catch with the Annihilation, yes, and John Olsen has no chance to save his teammate. He had 6 bullets. There's no way you can break that cocoon. But the fact that he stayed alive long enough to hide in the smoke and reload was because of a single Paranoia.
That Paranoia was great.
It allowed Full Sense to stop that B push from happening. ZOL had to pivot into A, and in the 1v3 set, it's just too much to ask. So well placed again by Full Sense. Very patient as well coming into that post plan.
You know, I was so sure that he was going to die there. The Paranoia came out, I completely lost my mind. Well done. This time around, it's Potter going on a little bit more aggressive angle to play with. They know there's already some people inside of showers. Kevzy, he has other plans in mind. Just waiting for that push.
Yeah, this has been signature for Kevzy. Anyone who pushes from Cubby into market, punished accordingly. ZOL also having that shower control now. And Fullset's actually stacking into B long. They have so much utility that way. Pain Shells, though, should signal that ZOL wants to go this way.
Oh, they saw him, the pixel out of way, and now he just waits. Patman gonna fight Sushi Boys. He gets for 2, in fact, on that site. Now, playing this corner here, Potter just really weed out Kevzy, and now the flanks are all open. Jay, where can you go here? Corners playing together. 1, 2, 3, swing. There you go. But they line up for him. Ja capitalizes.
Spike planted.
Potter, he wants to fight back, but Ja, oh, showers is his domain.
Yeah, this is all ZOLs, and we're tied up again. First things first, I have no idea how Potter survived that long for the round. But hey, he got the kill onto Kevzy in the end. But the rest of ZOL getting the execute that they would like. The showstopper to signal it. The backside plant yet again. It's just textbook ZOL Esports. Once they know that the flank is the bigger problem, they're gonna go in there deep. They're gonna go all the way to the other side. And full sense now, they need to be wary when they lose this map control or the site control as they go for this timeout.
Man, 11-11. You can really tell how much ZOL just wants this. The amount of experience they have on this map, regardless of this, I would say, really different comp coming up forward here.
I mean, it's tough, honestly. It's not your standard double controller on a map like this. It's not your standard Sentinel, but they're making it work with their expertise on some of these agents. And right now, I guess the cause of concern here for Full Sense is what happens when their set plays don't really pan out too well. Once they don't have those bailout plays courtesy of Leviathan, they're losing out on the site, they're losing out on the flank too. And it's getting pretty concerning here for Full Sense just because their answers on the defense aren't as sound as when they were on the attack.
I love watching the player counts for Full Sense. They're always up to something. We had
Dawson's
a banana
always...
moment. We had a Sushi Boys
with the fan.
With the fan.
He needs to cool off, you know. His 6 kills are pretty hot here.
Nah, don't do that to him. Now the flash has already been used by Full Sense. But it's, sorry, not Full Sense, it's ZOL, but they're just waiting here. They're not trying to go a little bit more aggressive. They're trying to see what they can get from being a little bit more passive this time around.
Yeah, they're actually bringing Potter to reinforce the A side quickly. He's the only one with a rifle right now, so he needs to find impact. The rest of ZOL, though, when they realize it's an eco,
Over there.
play that default yet again. And not only that, Barry Mesh utilized early here by John Olsen to blockade Hookah. So they make Patman expend actually a big amount of his bullets. He's barely gonna have a reload after this one. But as soon as that breaks, ZOL already pivoting here towards his A site. Kakarot also attached an outlaw in hand, and in a round like this, it's even better than an op.
Really wanted to see what that sharpness as we saw beginning. Oh, alert. You know exactly where he is already onto triple. Sushi Boys coming in to just give him a little bit of support. Moves out the way. Alert, unfortunately, will be caught out by that grab net.
30 seconds.
You have the youthful downfall around here. Alert, where do you want to go here? You have the nades and everything as well. Patman finds him in the end. Ja gonna find one, but Potter and John Olsen, they answer. But Potter from the flank, beautiful plays. No one was watching him. Ja forced to move back. A smoke as well to move him out the way. And now, not sure what happened there. We talked about the gun disparities, but ZOL, they're stuck. But Ja can buy some time. They got it to half already. They also have that molly to buy a lot of time. But now when you don't have the utility, they get that defuse. Unfortunately, you're gonna have to push out here. Someone is there. And Ja understanding that he's gonna have to play it safe and bring this gun to the next round. But the smoke will not be his friend.
This is a textbook example of why you never trust the sonic sensor effectively. We saw there, Potter took command of Showers. Yes, he also gets the flank all the way to wrap around and go into that short angle. From that point on, Full Sense, I was asking for them. You're playing this here rifle. You need impact from this one gun, and Potter provides just that. I was so worried for Full Sense because we weren't really seeing many flanks from them, but when they needed to the most, they get impact from it.
This time around, ZOL We know that they like playing methodical. We know that they like to try and, you know, gain that info. Leviathan slowed, moves out the way. Bunny hops. John Olsen will be the one to provide cover. And in fact, getting a pick off onto Kakarot. Another smoke will be set down here. In fact, on top of that smoke, you also have that wall. Gonna be hard. They really want to commit. On the side already, John Olsen to find one more to his name. Kevzi will stop that from completely going bonkers. But for Leviathan, he's happy to take a more aggressive stance.
He's just in position, and ZOL trying to force the issue there. Neural Theft though forced to buy it out, but he still gets picked anyway.
Potter and him, that's the crossfire they have. Jump on the other end there. The light sprays forward, and Full Sense, they finally wrap it up. A 2-0. Looking close for ZOL to the second map, but unfortunately Full Sense make the play.